around farming for shit on Wiz, and Wolf was like, "Hey, which country do you think has like the most wealth?" And I was like, "I don't know." So yeah, here we are.
Well, time for my intro because, well, I wasn't given a warning. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this tier list. I think you guys caught most of what Ryan was saying earlier, but if you didn't, basically, we're going to be ranking every nation. It's not nation, it's world, right? World by how much
Hold
money
on,
do we think they have slash make?
say that again.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? Say that again.
What? Say what again? My question?
Yeah,
Is this nations or is this
this
worlds?
is this is like all of the playable worlds, ex- excluding Kemba Long because fuck that place.
Fuck that place.
But yeah, so which world do you want to start off with?
You want to start
Well,
with
actually,
Wiz City and then go up, or
actually, so yeah, this tier list is going to be like which worlds do we think has the highest GDP or the most resources or gold or whatever you want to say. Which country or which world is the richest? And we got all the little worlds here. We got Aquila, we got Lemuria, we got Novus and Wysteria, and we're just gonna be talking shit basically. So, Wolf, pick a world.
let's go with Caramel.
All right, pick a different world. We'll get to that one.
All right, let's start off with Darkmoor then.
Darkmoor. Darkmoor's a pretty good one. So, as far as we know from Darkmoor, we only get to go there like two times, and they're both only ever dungeon instances. Like the first one is uh, or the most well-known one is Castle Darkmoor when we fight Malistaire, and that's basically all we get to see is Shane Von Shane's castle. He's like the lord of that area, and then the only other time we get to see it is like Dorgan in the Five Boxes events. So yeah, like from what I've seen, it's like some medieval town that just happens to be centered in like a boggy area with swamps and deadly things. Kind of like that one movie with Robert Downey Jr. and the guy who got his head chopped off. I don't know what that one is.
Me neither. When it comes to movies, I'm inept.
But yeah, so Darkmoor probably not super
I'm saying it's
profitable.
D.
D.
Yeah, because the terrain around this place is just so dangerous. I don't think many things are coming in, and I don't think many things are going out.
Okay, so you want to go with the solid D for Darkmoor?
Yeah, mainly because I can't fail it, because they probably make some type of money.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I think D's a pretty good place. It's not like dirt poor. I we might upgrade that to low C depending on what the other ones are. But for the next one, I'm gonna pick Mirage. And Mirage is a very weird one for me because Mirage has like a whole bunch of different areas where it's just straight up like, hey, this is a nice little sand town in the middle of a sand world. And then there are places that are just like barrows and shit like that. I don't know that there are a whole ton of areas that just don't have some sort of infrastructure and shit like that. I would say it's probably like high B tier.
I would agree, mainly because, as you said earlier, it's either like pretty decent cities or just in the middle of bumblefuck.
Yeah, like the majority of Mirage is just straight up fucking
Desert.
sand.
Yeah, it's straight
But
up
I
desert.
mean, like if you look at like historical accuracy, the Middle East were fairly profitable areas around
Honestly,
the time period that this is based around, right?
I might put it on A, mainly because of the amount of antiques that they have.
Yeah, true. That's right. A lot there's like a whole lot of merchants there, and a lot of like the significant reagents are like turmeric and antique shit. So
Yeah, they have a lot of gold as well.
I don't know. Let's put it like high B tier, but maybe move it to low A tier. What do you
Yeah,
think?
that's
All
fine
right.
with
So
me.
all right. Pick another world
Let's
except
do some
Caramel.
chrysalis.
Chrysalis. Okay. I like Chrysalis. Chrysalis is a pretty cool world. Uh, I'll let you give your thoughts on it.
I'll give it a low C, only and only because of the fact when we get to Chrysalis, it's being taken over by Morganth, so a lot of the stuff has just been damaged. Like even the Bastion, like one of the first things we have to do is reclaim it. So it's because of where we go there in the story, it's very like battle ridden and very like war ridden. So I would say it's like a low C.
Okay. Now, counterpoint, I actually think this is probably like high B tier, maybe. But I mean, how do you want to look at Chrysalis's wealth? Because there's the world of Chrysalis, and then there's Morganth's wealth, and Morganth resides in Chrysalis there and is trying to actively take it over. And she's got like warlords at her disposal. She's basically like slapping around her dick on everything, just saying, "This is mine. This is mine." She's got tons of soldiers and has been able to invade multiple worlds. Like she, that is all of her combined power and wealth, and she actively chooses to make Chrysalis her base of operations. How do you think that fits into the
I
equation?
feel like I think that's a completely different conversation to have when it comes to military power. Because
Okay,
yeah, bro,
we
Morganth,
can make that a different. We can make
yeah,
that a different tier list.
yeah, like Morganth's like wealth, yes, does play a part, which is why I said C. Like
Yeah,
let's say from low C goes from like high C. But then again, we're talking about the world of Chrysalis losing money and Morganth herself losing money because of us.
yeah, that's true. She does basically go bankrupt in her wallet and her life. So yeah,
Yeah.
okay, I can appreciate that. Let me see the next one. Let's do. Did I even do Celestia? I might have completely forgotten about Celestia. Hold up. Uh, Fuck. We might have to redo this. I forgot about Celestia.
Just
Uh,
edit it in.
yeah, yeah. We'll edit that in. All right. So Celestia, from my point of view, right? It's this ancient civilization with like really advanced technology and shit, but they're all dead. What do you think?
Yeah,
Like I'm thinking bottom of the barrel. Like they technically have nothing because they don't exist anymore.
they're F.
F.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can edit this properly with my mouse, moving over here and picking up a thing and moving it here. We'll put that square in F.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I'll let you go.
Let's do some with
Oh wait, no,
City.
no, no, never mind. I actually did have Celestia. It's right here.
I forgot that's the loading screen for Celestia.
I know, right? I
That was
looked
like
over that.
Marleybone, and then I looked over. I'm like, wait, isn't there another Marleybone?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I looked at that and I was like, Marleybone, got a dog. Anyway, you go, you go.
I said with City.
Wiz City.
Yeah,
All right, so where's Wiz City?
yeah, right
Um,
to the right, right next to Wisteria.
oh, there it is. All right, so Wiz City is definitely like A tier because think about this, right? Think about like the nicest neighborhood in your area. Just super nice. It's got gated communities and it's considered relatively wealthy. That is Wizard City, and arguably like Wisteria too. I think like Wisteria and Wizard City are like the two nice neighborhoods compared to the rest of the worlds.
Bro,
Like
Wist
they're
City is carried by both the shopping district and also my boy Eric.
oh yeah, the Grizzleheim dude.
No, no, the bizarre dude. What's his name?
Oh, Eric Axe Burner or some shit
Yeah,
like that.
whatever, bro. He contributes.
Yeah, that's right. It do have the bazaar.
The bizarre, really, really profitable.
Gotcha. So I think we can. I'm gonna actually do like both Wizard City and Wisteria. Which one do you think is more profitable? Probably Wizard City.
Probably Wizard City only and only because of the bizarre.
Okay. And if you were to compare Mirage's wealth to Wisteria, do you think it would be above it or below it?
I don't know. Wait,
No. Because like I personally think Mirage could probably overtake Wisteria, and the Wisteria is like a nice neighborhood, but I don't. it's definitely got enough wealth to be a nice neighborhood, but I don't think it has more wealth outside of that, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree.
Okay, so you're cool with that?
Yeah, yeah.
Alrighty. I think I'm gonna go for Mushu, and Mushu's an interesting one because, like, there's I think it's definitely like low A tier, maybe even high B tier, but then again, like the entire area of Mushu, whenever we go through it in Wiz specifically, is in a state of like civil war and is just constantly getting fucked up by petty warlords. But then also there are multiple things throughout the story where it's like in the introduction to Kembalung, it's like, hey, this we're merchants from a little area outside of Mushu called the Himalayas, and we trade with Krakatopia. It kind of makes sense that Mushu is like a big trader, especially with tea. I think there's a quest in Chrysalis where you have to get Zoltana some tea, Mushu tea. Where do you think Mushu goes?
I think it's above Wisteria for now.
Above Wisteria in B?
Yeah. Only because of when we get there. Like honestly, like even what do you call it? Like if we went to like Celestia before they all died, it would probably be pretty high.
Oh
Same with
yeah,
same with Chrysalis, but when we get there in the story, there's just civil war.
I got you. I got you. All right, so uh, you pick
Let's go with Imperia.
Imperia.
Yeah,
Um, fuck, where's Imperia?
to the left. Yep.
Oh, there it is. There it is. All right, so we got Imperia. What are your thoughts about
Bro,
Imperia?
Imperia with the amount of technology that they have, they must be loaded.
All right, and I understand where you're coming from, but counterpoint, the beginning of Imperia,
Up to
just
the
just in the jungle, it's complete slums, just doo doo dog water.
It is. But then again, it's a massive forest.
Yeah,
They,
but I mean, there are slums, and those slums aren't productive.
I mean, it's a lot of work for. Actually, that's its own entire different argument. I'm saying if you're basing this off of Imperial Part 1, it'll probably be a low B. But since
Uh,
I'm saying it
no,
past it, like Imperial Part 2, and like, when we leave it, it becomes pretty decent. I'll set to.
yeah, that's true. Like it's got Xanadu, it's got that one city in the sky with the storm and myth chain and whatnot. But I
And they
mean,
got all those
im-
robots too.
yeah, but you get the Arrow Dwarf village. I completely forgot about that. But you got to think of Imperia as a whole.
As a whole, I would give it. I think I'd put it above Mushu.
Above Mushu.
Yeah.
Okay, if we're doing that, I think honestly, I think it would go like above Mirage
Yeah.
slightly, just because of all the technology stuff.
They're really smart, but I don't think they really focus on money. They focus much more on the technology than the money.
Yeah, it's like technology and military power. Okay,
Yeah.
so next up, I think I'm gonna do Avalon. Personally, Avalon is probably just slightly above
Yup.
Darkmoor,
Yup.
or actually, it'd probably be like above Chrysalis. No. I take that
Below.
back. It'd be behind Chrysalis and above Darkmoor.
Yeah.
Because, like, think about this, right? Think about the Arthurian legends and about what time period that would probably be going around in, or when that legend would have been popular. That would have been popular like during the Middle Ages, and the
Yep.
Middle Ages aren't typically, in my opinion, known for their knowledge, or sorry, known for their wealth, because everybody was constantly fighting. Like it took a lot of money to prolong those wars and start wars, but I mean, not a lot of people were really balling. What do you think? Where do you think this goes?
I agree with you. I think it's above Darkmoor and below Chrysalis.
Yeah, do you think it should go like square in D, or do you think it should be low C?
Low C for now, and then we can change it later when we add more stuff to see.
Okay, because I mean, technically there is like Ganelon Keep, which is just like a really nice area, but everything in else, yeah, like everything else in Avalon is just completely like shit.
Dundara, bro.
Oh yeah, that's right. Bunch of fucking hippie druids in the goddamn woods,
Yep.
which canonically are descendants of the druids
Yes.
from catacombs. Anyway, moving on. Which world do you want to do next?
Let's do Azteca, bro.
Azteca? All right. If I were to give my thoughts on Azteca, I don't think that it's completely fair to consider Azteca all the way in F with Celestia because it the world technically kind of gets destroyed by Xibalba, but I mean it's also technically in being destroyed in a perpetual cycle, never-ending cycle. Like it's perpetually being destroyed.
It's a time loop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. Like everybody says Azteca is dying, but we can go back.
Exactly.
We can go there. But I mean also like early like pre Xibalba, it would have been probably up there above Wizard City just with how much well for the most part how much like inference you can gain from like uh like the Aztecs were like had just a shit ton of gold and they threw it in lakes and shit. Like that's what this is based off of.
Bro,
So
they had
obviously,
so much money that they were
yeah.
throwing it away.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're using it for rituals, but yeah, yeah. So what do you think we should? Do you think we should put this in like a low B because it does get
Yeah.
destroyed? Do you
Yeah.
think we should put it in F because it at as far as we know it is being destroyed?
Because of the fact that there are still remaining people in Azteca that are not dead, I would put it like low B, the
Low
lowest
B.
B. Yeah.
All right. I personally think it would go in between Chrysalis and the Avalon.
I can see that.
Because like Chrysalis is also technically like been fucked over for hundreds of years, but also they make a bit of a comeback towards the end. So it's like, eh, it's there.
My thing with Azteca would be just a different amount of reagents that they have. Like
Yeah,
also
but
with
I'm
like Alto Alto
well. I mean, with that aside,
and the
like it was one
caves.
thing. It was one. Well, yeah, that's true. Like they've got a ton of wealth, but it's very hard to place it because it does technically get destroyed, or it's said to have been destroyed and is being destroyed by the comet. But I mean, eh, it's like what is destroyed at that point, you know? So I mean, the mines are still there.
Exactly.
I don't know. I think it's a good place for it. What do you think?
Yeah. For now, for
All right,
now.
all right. Moving on, we got caramel.
Okay, that's our S tier.
S tier.
Yeah,
Like no doubt for anybody who doesn't know, caramel is like a world completely devoted to the business of selling sweets.
bro, Nana knows what she's doing, bro.
Yeah, it's like there's a reason all of the little fucking mole minorities got sent down
The mo-
to the fucking slum mines and they're making Nana money.
Also the mines themselves. They literally produce they're chocolate mines.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
which goes into Nana's sweets, which she then
Yeah, bro.
sells to the entire fucking spiral.
She's literally harvesting the planet itself and selling it.
Exactly. And plus, we can't forget, like, there's not just one Nana. There are multiple people who take on the persona of Nana because Nana, just like Thanos, is inevitable.
Yes, yes she is.
And anyway, all right, done with that.
Grizzleheim is D.
D, really?
That's not Grizzleheim.
That's oh fuck. I meant to grab this one. Really? You think Grizzlehine goes in D
I'm joking. I'll put them above Avalon.
above Avalon? Dude,
Mainly cuz
I put them
because
on Mushu level.
I would not put them on Mushu level because the same argument we went for Avalon. It's just there's so much fighting, bro. All they do is fight. The
That's true,
the reason I would put
but
them above Avalon is because, well, Wiz City has established trade with them. We literally do quests because of the trading between Wiz City and Grisselheim.
that's fair. I would like to point out the fact that we basically kick the Coven's ass so bad they don't come back into the story, and then Grandmother Raven finally gets to like be free, go through the spiral. But before that, before we fix all of Grizzleheim's problems, they were still considered to be like traitors and stuff. So I would say that they would have to be like under Mushu. What do you think? You still think that they're like under which one?
I was gonna say they're above Avalon at the very minimum. I
Yeah.
didn't put a maximum. I
Um.
guess after after Wisteria could make sense too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, shit. If we're doing that, I don't know that Wizard City. Well, Wizard City's got the bazaar.
Wisteria has a
Um.
bazaar. It has known trades with Croc, Marleybone, and also Grisselheim.
What do you think about putting Wisteria above
I would put it above
Azteca?
Chrysalis.
Really? Above Chrysalis?
Yeah, because bro, they just don't fight. Our
Yeah,
biggest
but I mean,
fight was against
we
goblins.
yeah, but I mean, also this is basically just like a really profitable place. But I mean, I don't know how much wealth. Like, yeah,
It's
they've
a
got a bunch of
school.
wealth to make
It's
everything
literally a
nice.
university.
I mean, yeah,
Universities make bank.
but I mean, Chrysalis has multiple different types of kingdoms. Like you got Sardonyx, you've got the Apiary, you've got Bastion, which gets restored, and we do put their king back in power. You've technically got the Hive, even though they're a bunch of assholes and nobody likes them. You got the Hoppers.
Yeah, but Wisteria has people from all different countries and all different nations. Wisteria gets people from literally everywhere.
Yeah, but also Wysteria has like a bunch of Froudlings coming in from portals from Avalon, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it is Avalon.
But I mean, it's not that big of a deal because we deal with that.
I feel like the amount of money that that principal has is more than Chrysalis, bro.
The
Her
amount
pockets must be lined.
the amount of money she has directly correlates to the amount of thickness them curves got.
Exactly, which are
All right.
big.
All right. Anyway, so yeah, I guess I can agree with that. Um, I still think Chrysalis should be like above that just because it's an entire like world over a school. But I mean, I'm okay with putting it there. Next, I'm gonna put their Dragonspire, and with Dragonspire, like pre summoning of the Dragon Titan,
S
easy S tier.
S.
After the Dragon Titan, which is where things matter, F tier.
No, no,
Like
no, no, no.
burnt to shit.
I'll give.
Everybody's dead. Like the thing about this, with Celestia, at least the crustaceans kind of make a bit of a comeback with the Pisceans and the crustaceans. I
Yeah,
mean, what does Dragonspire have?
the
A bunch of
dragons.
ghosts and a bunch of the Dragon Titans army that just got locked inside the city.
We have dead
I mean,
knights.
technically, if you want to go there, the civilization of Dragonspire is dead. However, in the Time Vault quest, I actually just did a video on like the Dragonspire lore history.
Hmm.
In the Time Vault quest, Vasek Ashweaver, the guy who locks all the vaults, was basically saying, "Hey, we need to lock all these vaults because all of our treasure is locked in here, like the country's wealth, and they're going to need stuff after the Dragon Titan like got summoned to rebuild, which never happened. All of that treasure is still there. So,
If we're talking about
what do you?
production, they're F. But if we're talking about like just wealth in general, probably above Darkmoor.
What do you mean? Probably wealth would have them
Definitely
sitting like easy,
there.
easy just behind Wizard City. No, I think it's fair to say that since they don't technically have a civilization anymore like Celestia, they don't get to be wealthy.
Yeah,
Like the crustaceans have technically do have ownership over the Celestians' treasures and technologies, but they don't do nothing with it.
they just be sitting there.
Yeah, just a bunch of fucking crab alley squatter wannabes. All right, yeah, if you're cool with that, we can move on. Um,
Do Marleybone next.
Marleybone. You know what? Fuck you. We're doing Crocotopia next.
Fuck. They're pretty high up.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. Like, it's almost like on a Mirage level, I would say. Like, they actually probably more since they like
Have
the
trades.
whole yeah, the whole thing is that Crocotopia trades with like the Himalayas, but also they've got treasure that the Marleybonians invade basically enter the world in order to excavate and bring back to their world, you know?
Yeah.
What do you think? Like, do you think it's above Mirage, or do you think it would go under?
If we're looking at progression, probably under, but I think as they are right now, they're probably above Mirage.
Yeah, I'd have to say that the amount of treasure that and wealth that they have access to is definitely more than a Mirage, but the fact that they don't use it a whole lot is kind of interesting. But then again, that's because all of the treasure is basically in the hands of the Tuts, which is like this opposing ruling monarch to the Manders.
Yeah.
But then also we beat the Tuts. They're dead. They're not dead, but they're not in power anymore. So yeah, I guess technically they have access to it. They just haven't been shown in an area where they can use it. So yeah, I think that's good there. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Now can we
and
do Marleybone?
yeah, tell us about Marleybone.
Probably A.
A
Yeah.
really,
Bro, do you not see
really?
how much shit? Okay, okay. Actually, that's a lie. Is it? The amount of things that the Marleybonians have conquered and basically just stole from.
That's true.
Like the Royal Museum has a pretty high price considering all the stuff in there.
Yeah. Plus, all of Crocotopia's wealth is getting siphoned into them. So
Yeah.
I
That
mean, thinking about that, I would have to agree.
yeah.
I didn't think about that.
They're constantly siphoning money and also they're still trading.
Yeah, that's true. Like, what is it? In Novus, Valencia and Conquista seem to think that they're like a pretty big threat. Like,
Powerhouse. Yeah.
yeah, okay, I can agree with that. I don't really have too much else to say on that. Like, if you look at the world, it's all Victorian England style. And then yeah, they got the Royal Museum, which the entire plot of Marleybone is a magical heist in a museum that has anti-magical defenses around it. Uh, they actually produce stuff like they've got the ironworks. They
Yeah.
create golems and automatons
Yeah.
and
They also got the
electrical
lab.
stuff. Yeah, I'd say uh, under Imperia for sure, but above Crocotopia.
Only because they're siphoning money from
Yeah, for
them.
real. The Manders are like, "Hello, Effendi, please help us with the tuts." And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, that's great. I'm gonna steal all of your shit.
Yeah.
Ask the next wizard who comes here to help you."
Yeah.
All right. Um. So I'll save Novus for like last. Lemuria. Lemuria is a pretty interesting one in my opinion
Well, Murray is a
because
mind fuck.
it is because Lemuria is almost on par with Marleybone actually because the old one took parts of every other world and put them into one. However, it's also got different aspects of all of the different ones. Like it's got what is it? What is that place with the duck and the witch hunt looking like the Salem witch trials looking era? Do you remember that area?
No.
Like the Crane Solomon, like whatever village they're from pretty much on par with Darkmoor and the village of Carpithus or whatever it's fucking called. Uh, However, it also encompasses the Lemurian city, which has the Hall of Heroes in it, the island getaways place with the polar bears. It
Yeah.
has the Mander place, which isn't really profitable at all, like or doesn't have
They're
a
just
whole lot
happy
of
to be there,
wealth.
bro.
Yeah, they're just happy to be there. Like the Mandar's whole thing is that Conan the Barbarian type place. They've got Sky City, which is so super fucking advanced. Um, is there anywhere else that I hadn't thought about?
Uh, I don't know. I don't think so.
No. Where do you think this would go?
Hmm. I'd say high B.
High B,
Yeah, and the only thing that does carry it is
Sky City.
Sky City. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Uh, I'm okay with that because I do think that it would be above the other worlds just because it has
Actually,
aspect. Oh
wait.
yeah,
The heap.
there's the
There's the
there's the
heap.
heap. I literally just thought about that. There's the heap, which has like mobsters and shit, and everybody knows mobsters are real fucking wealthy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Put them in a
If we're doing that,
heap, and
it would
also
have
Mandoria.
what?
I think there's a place called Mandoria, wasn't there?
There's Madala, but that's on Imperia. That's just a
Oh,
bunch of hippie squids living together.
bro.
I would say it would have to go under Marleybone, just because it's not consistently wealthy across the board. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, I mean, like when you think about it, uh, being consistent across the board doesn't mean anything if your whole world is locked to a school, just like this fucking place, whatever it's called, Wisteria.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're good with that.
Yeah.
Okay. I am gonna go for Zafaria, and Zafaria is not too good. I would place them like above Chrysalis, maybe because they're like an entire no. Like let's think about this for a second, right? I'm gonna put that here. Zafaria is Africa.
Yeah.
On the completely other side of the spectrum, where on the list, the tier that I would put it in is Wisteria, which is like the nice neighborhoods in America. So I feel like it would have to go under Wisteria, right?
Yeah.
What do you think? Is there any reason like? Well, actually, now that I think about it, it has the Oliphants and the Oliphant Queen.
Who were pretty wealthy.
Yeah, but that's like the only part. The zebras are
No, the
pretty much
zebras have a
trash.
queen.
They do, but I mean,
She must have inherited something.
eh, yeah, I
And
guess
then
that's right.
Drum Jungle, you should be able to sell some produce from there too.
Well, I mean, well, that's getting into hypotheticals. I mean, like what you can see, they've got two kingdoms. They've got the lions, but the lions aren't really up there as far as wealth goes. From what I can
Yeah.
see, the gorillas also don't seem to have any wealth. The real wealth lies with
The
the
elephant.
zebras, the elephants, and maybe the rhinos. But we never see anything from the rhinos, so they don't matter.
Remember they have a few. Yeah, the elephants are merchants from what I remember.
Yeah, that's true. That would have to put them close to Grizzleheim levels. So maybe they actually have more wealth. Well, no, if we're gonna do that, I think that this would Viseria would have to go behind Grizzleheim, and then Zafaria would have to be behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think
Yeah.
that's good?
Yeah.
Because just kind of looking through it, Caramel is just almost unbeaten. These three, like Wizard City, actually, Wizard City's main thing is it's a nice area, but then it's got the bazaar. Well, that's about it. Do you
And
think
the
they should
shopping
lower
district.
Wizard City? It's got the shopping district too, but I mean, realistically, are they trading with other worlds
Yeah,
other than Grizzleheim?
yeah.
Like who?
Aren't they trading with Croc as well? And Marleybone?
I mean, they have like a library exchange program, but
They also have the student, well, not student exchange program, but
that's I don't know. I feel like Wizard City might actually be a bit too high on this list.
might be. Let's put it above Croc for now.
Above Croc. Actually, I'd say that it might need to go here, like above here. But I don't know. What do you think about above Grizzleheim?
Let's think about this.
This gets really hard because Wizard City isn't known for like having a whole lot of the only three worlds like uh Wizard City, Wisteria, and then Dragonspire that had schools and academies seem to have been super wealthy, except for the fact that there's not a whole lot of lore reasons for it to be like trading wealthy, which is a completely different classification of wealthy, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't see it being more profitable than Croc, and Croc is relative to uh
Mirage.
Mirage. And Mirage, I'd say Mushu is pretty relative to those three as well. So I think I'm gonna bump this one up to incalculable because they just have so much and there's not a whole lot going against them. These might be like the S tiers, and then these might be like the real trader OGs, with the exception of like Grizzleheim being like down here because they're just kind of they do a lot of trading, but I don't know that they're super wealthy given all of their architecture and shit like that, you know?
Yeah. Especially when we consider Winter Tusk into it.
Yeah, like it's all like on the frontier of being stuff. But then Crystalheim's also super weird because it's got the Winterdeep Warrens, which has just got like immaculate stonemasonry and shit. And it's very confusing why the bears choose to live on the top of Grizzleheim instead of in the Warrens. But what I don't know. Are there any other changes you think we should make? Are you okay with this change?
Yeah, I'm good with it for now.
Okay. Did you bring up what? Which one were we just talking about?
We just talked about Zafaria that you brought up.
Okay. All right. So you pick the next one.
Let's go with Polaris.
Polaris. All right.
Polaris is
So
rich.
that's true.
Mainly
It's like a.
because. Huh?
What were you saying?
I was gonna say it's pretty rich mainly because of all the entertainment it provides.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's got like a whole like their main import is basically fish, but then also like if you look at it, that's like Russia before the
It's Russia
First
plus
World
France.
War. Yeah, it's like Russia plus France before the First World War, which I mean, feudal Russia wasn't real. It like it could compete on the global scale with like exports and stuff like that, but I mean, all of the wealth was for like their main guys, which we're not really considering where the wealth comes from. It's just it definitely has wealth, so maybe like above Krakatopia,
Yeah.
or do you think it would be
I
below?
think it would be above, only because of the architecture as well. They
Yeah,
they
that's
they
true.
look nice.
Well, I mean, Krakatopia got some real nice stuff. Like Krakatopia is considered is more like an ancient, you know, a blast from the past, whereas uh, this one is more like recent architecture. But I don't know that the architecture itself should play that big of a deal on it. Like I'd feel comfortable putting this like above Mushu. What do you think? You think?
I would put it above Croc, so our middle ground would be between Croc and yeah, Mirage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. It's like they've got a little bit of both money and a little bit of civilization going. I'm okay with that. All right, so these last two just straight up S tier and
Incalculable.
incalculable. Like Nana's up here running like the smoothest fucking business in the spiral. However, Mount Olympus is the realm of the gods, and Novus is literally if you can thinks it, you gets it. But anyway, what a oh fuck, where did Novus go? Get fuck down here, you piece of shit.
Can you not
Can I
return
not?
it?
I guess not. All right, I'm putting it back there. Let's start off with Mount Olympus. What do you think?
It's the realm of the gods. Exactly where you put it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's not a whole lot to say there. Everything's immaculate. Even Hades' underworld, pretty fucking nice. Have you seen Hades' castle?
Yes.
And then you've got Novus. Like the whole point of Novus is that it's a new world, yes, but Dasein is basically like, hey, I want to give everybody everything they ever ask for, and the only reason this fails is because everybody wants what the others either have or wants other people to not have what they have. And but I can get he can technically give anybody anything in any quantity or amount. Like the gods are gods, but I mean that they don't produce gold out of thin air.
Very true.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are if the
If
people of Novus actually, got together and said, you know what? Fuck greed. We'll just all be wealthy together, then it's incalculable. But honestly, with how things are, it's probably F.
say that again?
Novus is either the very top or the very bottom.
Yeah, that's true because
It could be straight up F.
it has an unlimited amount of resources, but nobody can really figure out how to use that. I think I think that kind of lowers Novus quite a bit.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's either the top of incalculable or it's at the very bottom of F.
The very bottom of F.
If bro, the world itself will start to destroy. Like our what did we do in Novus? We literally got together his mind, and even then he couldn't decide what the fuck they wanted.
Yeah, that's true. And then they very poorly implemented the Manticore, which I
Yeah,
fucking told you was going to be that goddamn moose.
nah, bro, he's the homie. It would never be the moose.
I love the fact that I called that, and I was just bullshitting. Like I didn't really
Nah, bro,
think
he's
it was
way too
coming.
nice. Why would he do that? There's no reason for him to be the Manticore.
He was very poorly implemented.
Yes.
Okay, so Novus,
If people get together, Novus is at the top of the top. If people cannot get their shit together, it's D. I'll say at the bottom of D because at least the world
uh,
exists. People at least live there.
consistently, I would actually put this above Lemuria because it has as much potential as Lemuria did, having all those worlds. But I mean, it's got even more than that. But then again, nobody can figure out what the fuck they want, so it kind of lessens the value of its wealth.
Yeah, and things started mutating.
That's true. Should we just put it like mid B? Just like smack dab in the middle
Sure,
of the middle? Like it is neither one extreme or the other
but it is
consistently.
both. It is both, yet neither at the same time.
Fuck. I wish I could edit this and just have an extra one.
Just what the
Uh
fuck?
tell you what, I'll put one right here and then I'll put one right here in post.
Yeah, it's both. It cannot. No, it is neither. It cannot be both.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that was fun. That was 44 minutes.
Really?
Yes. Do you want to like redo this but like have it shorter?
What do you mean, like get rid of Aquila and
No,
Wisteria?
no, I mean like delete our recordings and then try and like be a little bit more fast about it. Make it like 20 minutes.
I mean, I'm perfectly fine with uploading this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I guess we can do like a 40-minute thing.
Yeah, that would just be our special thing. Well, that would be your special thing for specifically tier lists, because all your videos are pretty short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that plus my lore videos are long, but yeah. All right. Well, that's that. I think the next one we were gonna do is like loading screen, right? Which
Yeah.
which one we think would be
Or
the best?
they could just leave one in the comment. If they want us to do a tier list, just let us know in the comments. And
Yeah.
more likely than not, if you comment, we will probably do it.
Sure, why not? We'll figure something out.
Yeah. You want the outro? Should I?
Oh, that was gonna be my outro. It's just gonna fade out after that.
Alright, well, for my guys at the very least, because I don't edit. See you guys in the next video.
You
Peace.
know what? No, fuck you.
What?
Dragon Spire all the way to the
No!
top, baby.
No!
All